Guys, welcome back to episode 10 of the live pod. Today we've got a special guest, Dylan Johnstone, who is recently in 2021 been recognised as in the top 100 entrepreneurs of Australia, not the state, the country, and who's also seems to be one of the leading experts, I reckon, in Nft'S as well, in the country. Dylan Johnstone, thank you for coming on.
No, I appreciate it, heaps. Thank you for having me.
For sure, man, for sure. We could, obviously we had a huge chat before the podcast, but we'll get straight into it all. First thing, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself, what you do, your businesses and stuff like that?
And even like the whole, obviously the previous side of things where obviously the army, then, you know, that side of stuff as well.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I want to,
that's okay.
one thing I want, yeah, I don't think, because usually you can't.
How long does this want to go for?
One of the things I want to say is like Dylan, and I'm telling you this as well, like you are one of the hardest working people I've seen on my social media, for sure.
Yeah.
And like I've got like celebrities, everything, and like, dude, you are the most driven and hardworking I've seen. Like this guy, guys, if you don't have him on Instagram, this guy posts stories at like 9:30 leaving work now and then back in the morning going back. I don't know why you just don't sleep in the office at that rate.
We have beds there you go. Just in case.
Yeah, so fuck Dylan, thanks for coming on. We really, really appreciate it. If you could give us a bit of a backstory and stuff and how you got into everything and what you're doing now.
Yeah, so look, for me it's been a long journey. So I grew up pretty rough, grew up in the hood, so to speak. I was taken away from my mum when I was 12, grew up with my grandma, had a choice to go into foster home or go with her, and went with her. And from that point, I was just like an angry youth and hated the world. And, you know, I think that kind of experience was really good because I had to grow up really quickly. Mm-hmm. So it was about taking those skills and what life taught me young to really implement and make sure that, you know, if I have kids, that they never grow up the same and, you know, never going back there. Like, I think once you realize what it's like to have nothing, it's all up from that point. Yeah. So for there, I was a pretty angry kid and like I was just getting in so much trouble. I was getting arrested and I was getting in trouble heaps. I was like hanging out with the wrong kids and going to parties and stuff. And then I like come home one time and my nan, my grandma, she was on the computer and she was looking at the army. And I was like, what's that? She's like, don't worry, you couldn't do it anyway. And I was like, what the fuck did you tell me? I was like, how much does it pay? And she's like, 79,000. I was like, what? Straight up? She's like, 79,000. I'm like, fucking print the paperwork off now. I'll do it. I was like, straight up.
Was that strategical from her?
Straight up, 100%.
She knew what she was doing.
She would have been like, seeing you come home, get the laptop open real quick.
Yeah.
Fuck. So that's awesome.
So it was good. And then like...
sorry, what age is this at?
I was 17.
Oh, fuck.
So like, I was 16 when I filled in the paperwork, got everything signed off, and then 17 at that point, it was good. Like, once I knew I was going to the army and the teachers at school found out because like my references and stuff, that was the good. Like, I'd go to maths class and my teacher would mark me off the roll. She'd be like, get out, stop talking to the girls and the boys. Like, you're just distracting everyone. so school was a cruise and then went straight into the army and then it was like...
How was that?
Like, literally, I got on, because I'm from Sydney, I got on the bus at Parramatta and I like literally... walk past like the sergeant as I get on the bus, like 17. I'm like, he's holding the door open. He's like, thanks, mate. And he's like, don't fucking call me your mate. And he's like, it's fucking sergeant to you. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck have I done? So like this guy is like, his old fella's like just smashing everyone on the bus, like telling everyone how shit they are.
Sounds like something from a movie, bro.
Literally. And then like he walked at the back of the bus. I'm like laughing. I'm like sitting there just giggling, like just a smart ass. 17. And then there was this older guy and he's like chewing gum. And he's like, what the fuck did I tell you about chewing gum? And he's like, did you just swallow the gum? And he's like, just yelling at me.
It's cool. I've got like high blood pressure just from hearing this.
Yeah, it's full on, bro. The army doesn't fuck around. No way.
It's gone a lot more politically correct now, but like, it's from that point onwards, like when I got there, because I was like,
what is 2000?
This was 2013.
Shit.
So I was like the only 17-year-old in the whole crew. So like when I got into the platoon, like my roommate was like 30.
Oh shit!
Fuck, yeah.
So like this, like
that would have grown you up mentally and physically.
Yeah, he was like, if you open your mouth, I'll slap you. So like you just can't, like you walk in and like you're just right at the bottom of the pecking order, and it's not like mum and dad's gonna be there to like, no, don't talk to him like that. It's like your sergeant comes in and like, shut your fucking mouth.
It's gotta be done.
Yeah, that was a good experience, and I did that for a few years. Traveled around Australia. Had ups and downs in there, went along the journey, and then I left that and went into corrections. So I went into Northern Territory prison systems as a prison guard, and I worked up there for a couple of years.
Wow.
yeah, that was like one of the best jobs I've ever done.
So how did you go from military, prison guard, entrepreneur?
NFTs.
Yeah. So always been very entrepreneurial. Always like flipped shit and sold things that I could. Always trying to make money and hustle, and I just liked working my ass off, and always wanted nicer things. Like I remember like when I like saved up and worked really hard, I got like my first car was like a Mitsubishi Lancer, and I was like, I'm balling. I was like pumping Drake and driving this Mitsubishi Lancer.
I honestly think it can't, like I say this quote all the time, and I think it's really true. It's like adversity creates character.
Yeah,
and it's like you said, it's like when you sort of come up with a tough upbringing, it's like working hard almost seems like the only option and only right thing to do, because you don't want, like I said, your family and the next generation to go through what you have to go through. It's like, fuck, this is what has to be done.
Leo said in episode 2.
What?
Two. Leo said in episode 2 that usually when you do have that drive, it's from inspiration or desperation.
Yeah.
So it was yours desperation for sure from the
I
start.
think it's a mix. Like
a mix.
For me, like I filter a lot on dark motivation. Like I love proving people wrong. Like I would rather have like the world against me and be like, fuck you motherfuckers, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Like
for sure.
That's what just drives me. Like I'm very fucking competitive, and like I'm here to win. Like I'll win at all costs. Like I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to fucking like do big business. And like if you think that you're gonna stand in front of me, like it's war. Like it's not like in school where it's like you don't touch someone. Like if you start playing big business, like it's either kill or be killed, and
it's not a game, is it? Business?
No, it's not a game. Like that's the reality. Like people will cheat, they will lie, they will cut you off, they will burn your business down, they will do what they can to destroy you, because at the end of the day, like you're taking bread from their family. Yep. So when you talk about it, like when you're taking their ability to provide,
correct. Yeah,
you're gonna do what you can to provide for your family.
There's actually, when you get to that level, there's actually like a lot of it is worrying about. Like there's actually a business of people out there who just concentrate on suing people who are successful.
Yeah,
and it's all lawsuits and stuff.
Else.
Like trying to, just like little things. I found that out too when I stepped in the business world. That was crazy. Like,
it's full on, man.
Yeah, it's full on. It's another level.
Yeah, I went from corrections. I always wanted to move to Melbourne because I travelled around a fair bit, and I was like, I want to get to Melbourne. And like I had a few connections down here. And I caught a guy and I was like, you got work for me? He's like, I got work for you. I'm like, doing what? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, how much do I get paid? He's like, I don't know. And I was like,
yeah, fuck it.
When do I start? And he's like, in a week. I'm like, all right, no stress. So like, I just like.
See you, man. You're moving.
Well, I was living in Darwin. So like, I quit the job there. I didn't tell my family because I was like, if I tell my family, like I know exactly what they're going to say. Like they're going to be like, you idiot. Like it was like everything was saying no. But I was like, oh, fuck it. Life short.
Yeah,
let's go see what happens. So I did that and ended up in construction and went into occupational health and safety. So I ended up like bringing all my experience from leadership, management and safety and teamwork and stuff like that from corrections in the army, and then implemented into the construction space. So ended up, succeeding quite well in that space, and I grew my experience a lot faster than some people normally do, and then just worked my way up to the ranks there and worked for Lend-Lease, Fulton Hogan, Acciona, Geotech.
Oh, wow.
Doing fly in, fly out. I was on all
Big
the
boy
major
stuff.
projects. Yeah, just hanging out with all the engineers and dealing with the CMFEU. Shout out to them. They love me.
Fuck. That's good, man. I was going to ask you that was going to be my next question is like, do you think the military played a big part in like your structure of your life and how you move forward, or not?
Yeah,
really?
100%.
Yeah.
Like from that point, like, because I never had like a regimental regime or like a routine set up before that. When I went into the army, this has probably been the hardest thing now, is trying to adjust and do business with people that
are not on the level.
Yeah, but like it's really hard because it's something a lot of people struggle coming out of defense. Is like once you come in, you get very like meticulous about little things, and you become very structured. And when that structure's not there in my life, that's when like I self-sabotage or I go backwards, because you're either like you're going forwards or going backwards. There's no like plateauing even. So when that progression's not there or that routine's not there, that progression's just gone. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, like things just fuck up, or you get really emotional and angry, and you start to filter things in through your RAS
Very
filter.
simply, it's like you can just take that example and just carry it over to like just basic people with their eating, training, their mindset in like just lockdowns. Like they lose like their 9 to 5, they lose the gym. Yeah. And then they flop and they feel like shit and they don't want to do anything. And then when we come out of lockdown, because they've lost that routine, they don't know how to get back to square one and keep moving forward. So it's sort of the same thing. So,
but on another level.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
like the principle behind it's the same.
Yeah, like things like down to like every morning I wake up, like some people have coffee. Yeah, I have like fucking 2 scoops of pre-workout. I'm like, let's fucking go. I'm like on the phone calls. I'm like, bro, what do you some fucking money? Let's go. And like my clients, they love me because they know my voice. Yeah, like I'm like fucking good morning, Dylan. I'm like, good morning. You want to fucking try that again? Like, how are you going today? Like they love
Wolf
the
of Wall
energy.
Street.
Yeah, like that's what you need.
Bro,
You
what
need
do you
to be
take when
I'm
you go
not
to the
fucking leaving.
What do you take when you go to the gym if you wake up and have 2 fucking?
Another 2 more, man. Let's go. Let's charge.
Oh, I'm dead. That's fucked. That
Yeah.
can't be fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look, once I'm fucking 30, I'll worry about that shit. But now I'm riding the stim wave. Like,
Oh, fucking hell.
So, how did you go from obviously that industry and then obviously
You had your businesses as well first, yeah, before you got into the NFT.
Yeah. So this is before NFT and stuff like that. I started a company called Welcome to Hell. So like I wanted to like give people very to the story that we're talking about before and help people. And like I wanted to help people that are a bit older and a bit more mature and understand, you know, growth and resilience and overcoming shit in their life and, you know, actually being able to take constructive criticism and have someone actually look at them and going, hey, like,
Pull your fucking head in.
like you're the reason why you're shit. Who the fuck are you looking at? Like, here's the mirror. You're the reason why everything's going wrong in your life. Like, this is you.
even if it's not your fault, it's still your responsibility.
100%, you have a responsibility to it. And if you don't, like, and you're not looking internally on what you can do to contribute to that impact changing, like, it's crazy. Like,
It literally sounds like Dylan's talking about the accountability mirror from David Goggins when he's like,
bro,
talking
Yeah,
to
it is.
Yeah.
Have you read his book, obviously?
Yeah, I have friends. Like, I have a friend, his name's Clint. He's like the white David Goggins in Australia. Like, like, I associate with people that think like that.
He's a
because, like,
monster.
Yeah, Jocko Willink, Andy Frisella, all those boys, like Unreal, Ed Milet.
Yeah.
Like, they're people that I look at because they're just real. It is what it is.
gotta be done.
There's an amazing thing called, like, there's a book, it's called The Compound Effect. It talks about the compound effect on psychology.
That's on my
and
list.
It's,
That's
it's
on
an
my list.
amazing book.
Yeah.
It's an
Really good.
unreal book. And the best example of what I'm talking about taking accountability, like, it talks about an example where his wife, like, comes and she's like, oh, I'm unhappy with the way I look, rah, rah, rah. And, you know, he's like, oh, you know, why don't you try dieting? Why don't you try this? And it's like, okay, like, let's remove that factor from there. Like, what are you not doing as an individual to make her feel that way?
Yeah.
Are you telling her she looks good often? Are you just complimenting her? Are you buying her flowers? Are you getting a nice dress or an outfit for her to make her feel worthy in her own body? Like, it's really good. And I wanted to take those principles and those foundations and implement that into a course and myself. And that's when I got into business with Jamal, one of my business partners now. We've been in business since then, and we created a program. So for like 22 hours, no food, no sleep, we just like smash people up, do heaps of like different activities, and then at the end of it, we throw them out of a plane. So
Fucking
It's
hell.
not suicide or anything. It's like it's for educational purposes.
Guys, I'm sure Dylan's got all the licensing and everything. It's all legal.
yeah.
22 hours, no food, no sleep, and then we throw him out of a plane.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't plan for things going wrong. Like the first one, like we
Oh,
did,
fuck you.
Pilot.
no one died. But like we had like I thought some bloke was going to like hypothermia. It was like fucking pretty bad because like it was like raining for 8 hours straight because we did it in Port Melbourne on the beach.
Yeah.
So like it was like raining for 8 hours straight, and it was like I was like, okay, this sucks for me as an instructor, and I've got like this guy from the Gold Coast who flew down, like shaved legs, everything, and he's like in the water, and we're doing like surf torture.
Please tell me this is during summer.
No.
Oh, it's not raining in summer, mate.
Like this guy's like going purple. I'm just like, oh shit. I'm like, everyone out of the water, star jumps. Let's go get warm. I'm like,
Don't die. It's
yeah,
like, don't die.
literally.
Well, that's you saying that is just reminding me of his book again. Like when he describes the whole process he went through for the Navy SEALs.
Carrying the logs and all that
The
shit.
logs,
I'm running
Yeah,
on the
bro,
stand.
like, we got like.
Did
some
you
of
do
the
anything like that
best
in
ideas.
the military or
Yeah,
not?
yeah, but we did cool shit in the military, but like,
Cool shit. I wouldn't say it's cool. It's fucked up.
yeah, like look, there's some like I have like some of the funniest memories where like people like we did like adventure training with SAS and we did like rock climbing and caving, and like I was like what 18 at the time.
Yeah.
And they made me like do like this thing where I had no harness on and I had to like push my back against the wall and my hands and like go down this crevice down this cave. And mind you, we'd been like 3 hours into this cave, so it's not like if you hurt yourself, like
Yeah, you're fucked.
help's coming quickly. So I get down there and he's like, I'm like, okay, what now? He's like, you got to get back up. And I looked at him, I was like, you motherfucker. I took my shoe off and I was throwing it at him. I was so angry.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so like we did some cool stuff and like, yeah, we could sit here and talk about that for
Yeah, I know, we
for
could.
ages,
We could.
like, and we incorporated stuff like that. We had like this one exercise in in the program. It was like they hadn't eaten for like something like 16 hours and it was raining and we'd done like heaps of exercise and just tormented them. And it was like, it's like my favorite. Because like, like the desperation.
Yeah.
We have like this like section set up where it's like a coned out area and they have to work as a team and they have to dig in the sand. And we tell them there's food hidden in there. So like they're just like digging.
Is this for the welcome to
this is
hell?
welcome to hell.
I
So,
want
like,
to try this.
Mental trauma as well.
they're
Does it
just
still
digging-
run?
Yeah, I'm kicking back up after COVID. So yeah, it'd be very good. Bro, I'd
Oh
love
mate,
to smash it.
oh, no.
I'm so hungry already. I ate like 20 minutes
You'll
ago.
die.
I'm hungry.
Bro, it's so fun. So like we're just standing there. It's like 3 a.m. in the morning and like I see like this group of people just defeated, just like scouring through sand and just like knowing that nothing's there and like the whole thing is like, okay, when you stop and you find that you get to spend the rest of the time allocated for the activity just to spread the fucking chocolate bar out and share it with the team and then we crack on to the next exercise. So it's like they're digging for this for 45 minutes in the sand and they're just like discussing with each other like whether there's even something there. So like there's like a glimpse of hope. There's like this bloody Tooks bars in the sand. And then like it's like 45 minutes is up. It's like, all right, come on guys, let's go. Next one.
Fuck. No.
But it's good. Like when you think about the concept of psychology of like
Never sort of giving
At least we know if we go do it,
Yeah.
we'll just kick back and be like, yeah, go guys. Yeah, go fucking get
I'm not digging.
yeah, we change it up. So, you never know, there might be one there.
Fuck yeah. So you had Welcome to Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was that you would say your first business?
That was like my first like proper business with like a lot of associated risk, like
Yeah, of course.
capital associated and everything. So like that was I learned a lot through that. Made bad investments, good investments. It was like the first time
You learn, man.
Oh man, I invested into like a business coach and like that was the dumbest thing I ever did.
Yeah.
So I'd never do that. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for a business coach, just hire a CEO and just bring them into your business.
Yeah. Or just even you can find material online.
Man,
as
you
well.
can search a
So
lot
much.
yourself. But like, look, bro, if you want to take a company and you're new and you're young, like, and you got a business that's successful,
Get a CEO.
get someone in to help.
Yeah.
Like Gymshark did it, man. Ben Francis did it with Gymshark.
Yeah.
He got mentored by
It's
someone
ama-
who's in his business every single day, like showing him the intricate details of managing teams, managing finances, doing forecasting, everything. Because you can't do things alone. You can't do things alone. You can't have someone who part-time gives you advice, like on your
Yeah.
business when every single day
And they
you
don't
make
know.
decisions.
Yeah. Especially when they've got 10 different clients in 10 different industries that
Yeah.
all vary. Like you need a
100%.
professional
Yeah.
for sure.
So what made you sort of slowly more and more sort of creep into, like NFTs, the crypto world, sort of like, so how did you sort of make that breakaway and go, cool,
First
this is
of all-
probably going to be really, really important. Like, how do you know this is going to be the next big thing?
First of all, could you give us a breakdown, right? Because we only started hearing about NFTs the last 6 months, I reckon. And I know for a fact they've been around a bit longer than that, much longer than that. I actually started reading a book about them just to gain a bit more knowledge. Start off with all like the crypto kitties and stuff. Am I right?
Like in terms of the NFTs,
When
how
they
long they've been around?
Yeah, when they started to pop and like
They've been like, this has been the gamers like domain for years.
yeah, because I've heard they've been around for
Years.
years, but they've started actually gaining so much traction over the last like a year.
They're gaining traction on different platforms.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So
Like,
what are they? Give us a breakdown. What is an NFT?
Like everyone's like, oh, it's a fucking photo. Like it's not. It's code.
It is code, yeah. It's more
literally
about
just
coding.
code. It's literally just a piece of code. Like this could be an NFT.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could be an NFT. It's literally whatever that code redirects it to. Whether it's a song, a website, a URL, anything like a picture, a JPEG, whatever you want to call it. It could be a video. It could be a song. Like that is the power of it because it sits on.
So it's everything, but it's a code.
It's
Is that
just a
what you're saying?
code.
It's a code.
It can be anything.
It's an like
just
an
what
access
that-
code
Correct.
almost.
It's just what
Okay.
that code redirects to.
Okay, so it's not a.
It's a token. So that code.
No, I'm so sorry. You
Want a
probably
whiteboard? We get a whiteboard.
you probably gone through this so many times, but yeah, it's a code. Yeah.
So think
token.
about it like, all right. Think about like the blockchain. Yeah, the blockchain has like it's a massive ledger. We're gonna sit here and talk about blockchain. We're gonna go fucking real
This-
deep.
yeah.
All right. So like you've got blockchain and everything's ledgered, right? When you got an NFT, it's just a bit of code that sits on those blockchains. All right, because it's been put out onto the network, essentially. All right. What that code with a smart contract refers to and what it does can be anything.
And that's what makes it so valuable, depending on what it's associated with.
Correct.
Okay.
The smart contract, whatever it writes out, and that's when we start talking about utility and stuff like that. So think about like an NFT is just code.
Yeah. Okay.
So like people have this misconception that NFT is like art,
photos, art, this, that, yeah.
Take it back to a simpler form. NFT is just code. It's a token.
So one question I have, I've always wanted to ask this, but obviously now you're the guy to ask. So does the way the NFT actually look have anything to do with its value?
No.
Okay. Because I was thinking
it depends. Like it depends.
Because there's some cool looking ones.
Yeah. Well, look, if it's an art project, fucking one of them good.
So Picasso.
Yeah.
So what I had, like my idea of NFTs from what I had seen initially was like it's people developing art and then also having collections to drive price. Does that make
rarity.
And rarity. So like if I was to do like 3 skulls and 3 alterations, call it the skull collection, and then market those to create a demand for them. Does that make sense? That's what I thought they were. Am I right at all? Am I completely wrong?
It depends on what you look like. There's like I said, it's a token. So whatever it points at, how it's used will determine whether that's valuable.
So why are monkeys selling for so much? What is the use?
Proximity. Like if you're talking like the ones like the Bored Apes and stuff like that, that's proximity, brother. Like you got celebrities in that group chat. If you're in there, who do you think you're networking with?
Is that like what you were saying before? It's like it's what that code gives you access to.
Correct.
To
Yeah.
like your network.
But like in saying that, like some people go, "Oh, my fucking NFT is gonna give me a fucking access to exclusive parties." I'm like, motherfucker, I can throw a fucking $5,000 party if you want. Like, let's go. Give me fucking 10 grand if you want, or give me a couple million, and I'll introduce you to a couple people, and we'll hold an event down here in Melbourne. Like, you got to see value in certain things. Like,
so that's how it can work like that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But that's not where like the amazing things are happening. Like, that's why I'm saying like anyone can do networking. Like I know a guy from the States who like all he does to generate an income is just network with people. Like he's so smart. He'll enter a space and he'll be like, okay, I'm holding an event for people that own over 7 figures in crypto. So like, he'll suddenly get all these people from all over America and they'll fly into LA and he'll hold an event and they all own, and then they just tell him where to invest and stuff like that.
Free life hacks, free hacks.
Yeah, he's so smart.
So what I was going to say next is with the NFTs, is it also about the projects that are associated with them? Or is that more so crypto? That's projects and stuff. Because I always hear this word project.
Same thing, bro. Yeah. Like again, you gotta break down what it actually is. So like crypto, some are just meme coins, but some are technology companies. Some are travel. Like crypto is the same thing. You've got various different utility tokens and currencies that have different utility associated with them. That has a value depending on the market, and that starts going into decentralization and the power of the people and taking away from centralized finance.
How do you find out what the utility of that token is though? Like, and how do you find like what makes?
We'll scrap that back and let's go a step back further and start looking at what should you be doing to do your own research on what NFT projects you should be looking at. Yeah, and there's 2 things you should be doing: is a fundamental analysis and a sentimental analysis. So sentimental analysis is like, how's the market feeling? What are people saying? Have they got fucking influencers? They're paying to say, oh my god, jump on this project. This is super good. Like Tory Lanez has like ruined his like reputation in the market. He's like this rapper that can't sell records, and now he's just like selling projects on NFTs through his Instagram stories. Yeah, because a
lot of them are doing it now,
and that's the thing. See, a lot of people will start to destroy their reputation because they're going for that sentimental analysis, and once you ruin trust, you have no trust with your community, you're not going to convert. Yeah. You're not going to be able to put your messaging out and bring strong people into the community, which is, it's all driven by community. Okay. So sentimental analysis, what is being said about the project, how you feel about a certain project, and your general, I'd say, gut feeling. Yeah. Does this seem right? Is this right? You try and always prove yourself wrong. You try and say that this is a scam, and you try and prove it wrong. Yeah. All right. Fundamental analysis is looking at like the development team, the roadmap, or I call it the business plan. Like, let's not get too complicated with terminology. Like, it's
Because there's a lot of terminology for this whole world, isn't there?
yeah, because they're just dragging it across to gamer talk.
Yeah.
Like it's not a roadmap; it's a fucking business plan.
Yeah.
Think about a business going public, and raising capital.
Yeah.
Same concept, but they're just doing it through an NFT.
Yeah.
Raising capital through shares, NFTs.
But that's what I was talking about in the terms of like marketing, like raising the capital, so like creating that demand and that for that NFT or that code that they're
but
doing.
there still needs to be a utility associated with that.
Okay.
You can't just pump it and say there's demand, and then the market, like, they're gonna buy it and they're gonna be like, what next? And then 9 times out of 10, there's gonna be like a 17-year-old kid in America be like, got him. Literally, or like some French kid who's like just like stupid.
Fucking hell. Oh, that's crazy because that's true. They do that.
Yeah, they'll rug pull it like heaps hard, and like all these people are like, oh no, like this was so good. This influencer tweeted it, and I'm like, oh, you fucking idiot.
Fucking hell.
And my brain just exploded. There's so much, like those 2 words, the 2 types of analyses, I'd never heard of them before.
Fundamental analysis and sentimental analysis.
Sentimental,
so again, sentimental analysis is how you feel about something or the sentiment of it.
Yep,
and
makes
then the
sense.
fundamental is actually looking at, okay, their business plan says they're going to do this. Okay, what's next? Let's have a look at the fucking development team. Are they doxed? Are they not doxed? You know, do people actually know who the development team are? Okay, they got a development team.
And
Fantastic.
again, I literally know nothing about this. It's like, where's that fit? Like, where do you find that? Is it
You
like
normally find it in the Discord or you normally find it on the websites.
Okay.
So like a good project would communicate that. They would say, hey, look, this is our business plan or roadmap. This is what we're going to do. This is the people that are going to do it. So this is our board of directors.
They'll be
This is
really
our
open with
CEO.
it.
If they start hiding that information,
something's a bit sus?
there's a lot of questions.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
So it's good to publicly announce that you got like a CEO, a board, whatever like that.
yeah, but they have like their own
Different terminology,
terminologies,
yeah,
but
for
it's
sure.
the same shit. Yeah,
Same
you
concept.
want to be able to go and verify. Like, if this person's saying they're going to do a play to earn game, it's like, okay, fantastic. What's your experience in that? Because I'm about to put money into your pocket. I want to know that you have the capabilities to actually deliver on that.
Yeah.
What's your business experience? Can you manage finances of that? Because if like a lot of these projects, like they're pumping, like you're talking on an initial mint and launch like 15, 20 million.
Fuck. Shit. Crazy. Why NFTs? Why is it such like, first of all, like why now? Like obviously we know that we're heading, as I personally think as sad as it is, we're heading into a future that is going to be digital based in terms of currencies and everything like that. The metaverse, all that stuff, right?
Yeah. Do you think we're living in a simulation or what?
Oh, I said yes. I said yes on your story. I did say it. I could sit here for hours and talk.
I couldn't even decide. I was just so mind fucked. I was like, is it? I was like, is it real? I don't know if it's real. I was like, fuck, what's going on?
I did so much research into the possibilities of it. I actually went to like a massive like late night YouTube thing. I was like, oh fuck yeah, let's go. And then it's like, if we can create a simulation of life, then there's like, it's proven the theory that we can be possibly in a simulation.
But did you hear the theory as well that if we as well identify that we're in a simulation, technically we become AI?
It would be something like that, or unless you could prove that this was the base level.
Oh, fuck.
Because it'd be like multiple levels, but then they start talking about like computer power to actually process the whole entire thing.
Yeah, it's cool. Because then technically if we're realizing we're in a simulation, we are AI and we will find out and then evolve. Exactly.
We're so close. I'm telling you right now, we're so close to this. I always joke to my friends, I'm like, you can't change it, so just maximize it. So start thinking about all these fucking businesses.
literally 100%, bro.
I literally was like, I want to create like a pod, right? Yeah. And what you do is you have a shit day at week. Your wife's pissed you off. Your husband's pissed you off. Your kids, you can't even stand to look at them. Your boss is fucking killing your head in. You come to us. You're like, no worries, habobs, we got you.
Come in, yellow, let's go.
Yellow, get in. So you come in and you go, all right, I want to be in Milan. I want to be on a yacht. I want to be like with all these girls partying, this, that.
And it's like a VR.
Bro, you know what that reminds me
we're
of?
like, no worries, cuz.
Wherever you want, yellow, let's go.
And then just go click, and then you just go straight to sleep.
I want to do that.
If anyone's ever
I
seen...
want to go to Bali.
I don't know if you've seen it, but if anyone's ever seen the Disney movie WALL-E, where they're all on the fucking things and they've got the... And they're all in there on holiday and they're just fucking like floating around and
Literally
shit.
that.
Like that. Bro, isn't that not scary?
That
though?
is, no way. If you're first there, that's a hectic business.
If you're first there, but that's the start
It's
of...
going to happen.
I'm going to put a patent.
Yeah.
That's the start of the end of
I'm
humanity.
trademarking
I have the IP on this one already.
Wait, nah, that's good. But yeah, fuck, I could sit here for ages and talk about whether we're a simulation or not. But
Yeah, look, honestly, like you're right. The way that the internet is evolving is changing the way that we conduct business.
Correct.
You know, COVID has proven we have the ability to not travel and stay in small communities, and I think that will have
an effect.
Yeah, look, but again, these are my opinions. But when you look at Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3 and the advancements of that, we're getting so close.
Again, I don't even know
like,
what they are. Like, what the fuck's that?
Yeah.
No, it's because like we're so close to developing our own sort of like world in terms of technology and
Like,
stuff.
I just think that the way that life as itself will evolve. Either we'll collapse, like all empires do, like through history, or we will evolve into something very sophisticated.
The thing that scares me is like I feel we're evolving way too fast now, and I feel like there's something coming that's going to stop it.
It's not fast. You think it's fast, but it's not like this. Like smart contracts, yeah. People are like, oh, smart contracts been around since cryptocurrency. Smart contracts have been around since 1997. Like 12 years before Bitcoin even come around. This is not new technology. It's just being brought
To life, sort of.
a lot more. It's the same thing as NFTs. Like,
Yeah,
there's been people
almost 2 years, 3 years, probably longer.
when I first
No,
started
NFTs a while. I've been on.
bro, I literally when I first started doing it, I was like, I want to buy land. I want to buy land in like Decentraland or Sand. And then I started like messaging friends, and like people started getting back to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I've been investing in the metaverse since 2017. I was like, you motherfucker, why didn't you tell me about that?
Yeah, literally. Like,
Why is it better than physical assets? Is it, in your opinion? Or
Same
not?
thing.
Same thing.
Just like supply and demand, man.
Yeah. So as an investor, you would definitely obviously have diversity, like whether it is both like physical properties and NFTs and crypto and whatever. And
Well, we're getting to
business.
the point now where the valuation's pretty much like for like.
Yeah, that's what's happening as well.
Go and have a look on like Decentraland on how much it would cost you to purchase like a little square. Like,
And then it's like, fuck, I might as well put that money into.
have you been in Decentraland?
Nah.
Go and create an account after this and go and walk through there.
Fuck no. Fuck that.
You have like a hectic avatar. You can go wave to people and
That's fucked. I don't get that. I can't go
but
back.
think about this, a really basic version of like VR or metaverse is literally playing the game Wii, like Wii Sports. When
Bro,
you're like
straight up.
fucking 15 years ago, you were playing Wii Tennis. It's some remote. You're the person.
But there's
bro.
people all over the world. Like I went straight in. I'm like, fuck, yeah, I'm gonna shill heaps hard. Went straight into the busiest room. Like everyone follow me on Instagram. And they started like, stop fucking chilling here. And then one guy messaged me on Instagram. Was like, hey mate, it's me from Decentraland.
So, in your opinion, if you had to give like sort of, what would be your one tip? Like, what makes a good project? Is it something that sort of gives back to the community? Something that's like about greenhouse gases, some shit like that. Like
Fundamental analysis, man. You need to understand like that concept. Like
Okay.
it doesn't matter what it is. Is that business profitable?
Okay,
Does that give
the
value to
take-home
you?
tip.
Does
Yeah.
that give you value to you? Like me, proximity. Yeah, I understand the power of proximity. Would I rather have a Bored Ape or would I rather fucking go buy a Lamborghini? Definitely Lamborghini because I'm
Yeah.
gonna have a lot more fun with driving
Of
that
course.
motherfucker than looking at my MetaMask.
Exactly.
But like I understand the value of that and what doors I can open to as well.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like if most successful people, they don't go buy Lamborghinis for the sake of having a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
They buy a Lamborghini because that gets them into the Lamborghini car club or the Ferrari car club, and they go hang out with other people.
Yeah.
You go to fucking Ferrari, go hang out with Sam Bashiri.
Yeah.
facts.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's
Sam
the same
Bashiri, if
concept.
you're watching this, please respond.
But yeah, for sure. What are the first steps into getting into the NFTs that you would recommend? So if you're like you have an idea of them, very, very vague, what do you actually physically have to do and set up to become
To buy one, to
buy
look
one or
like-
become a part of the world?
Just jump on
This
Twitter,
guy-
jump on Discord.
He's like
I hate
fucking,
this.
so many
fucking
different ways.
idiots.
No, it's
These
not
guys are
about
dumb
that.
as
It's just- there's just so many ways to do it, man. Like it's just like you're gonna buy on Ethereum network, you're gonna buy on Solana network, you're gonna buy on VV. Like
Do you have any ones that you would recommend, or would you just diversity?
Is like one better that.
I'm not a financial advisor.
It is.
This is not financial advice.
Yeah. Nah, look, again, fundamental analysis. For me, I'm here to make money. So when I look at a project, I'm like, okay, show me the business plan.
Yeah, cool.
Fantastic. Here's the business plan. Okay. Show me the directors of the company or the project developers.
Yeah.
Fancy word.
Yeah,
What are their capabilities?
yeah,
Okay. Fantastic. am I going to get a dividend from this?
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic, because I'm investing into this company. What is my return? Like, I just invested into, like, it was like hectic. I found like this NFT project where they're creating like this casino, and a part of the profits get dispersed, and you get paid out in mana or sand, and then you can convert that across to Ethereum, whatever you want to do with it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, sand is like
It's a type of
cryptocurrency.
Yeah, crypto.
Yeah, because before when you said
He probably thought
He's like,
yeah, I swear to God.
he probably thought you were buying like sand, like land.
Yeah, because before he was talking about Decentraland and buying land. He's like, yeah, I was going to buy sand. And I was like, yeah, this guy's just going to buy some sand in the middle.
Didn't you know the sand at Chelsea Beach is actually more valuable than Morty Alec?
Yeah, of course. Because there's more aerators there. That's why.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Fuck my life.
But yeah, it's a different. But yeah, like they're the things that I look at. So like when I looked at that project, I was like, okay, fantastic. They've actually bought land in these two platforms. They're developing this casino, and I was like, fuck yeah, bro. Like feed hard on people's dopamines. Like if I could get into a casino here and become an investor in Crown, straight up.
yeah,
Good.
fair.
So like,
and just based on that, like my thought process just then went, oh, okay, so if they're developing a casino, people are going to put money into casinos, and it means more money coming out, means
Yes.
more dividends. It's like you can sort of see how that would make sense. Okay.
yeah, people are so antisocial. So like, they just won't like. It's just this is why I say like the whole world is shifting. If we go into lockdowns again, old mate who loves fucking gambling, now he has an opportunity to go gamble online. He's gonna go
Casino wars.
He's gonna go straight into. He's gonna.
Drive down.
That's what I have like this thing. I reckon, because like technically, right, I could create my own piece of art and put it up and sell it. Yeah.
Did someone ask this question?
No, I'm saying, yeah, someone did ask this question, but I reckon like, I think like a big thing, NFTs, right? Because we're coming into a crypto world, and like I reckon that cash one day will become nothing, right? And it's just all going to be electronic, whether it's through cryptos or whether it's through like EFT or just money we have now, like cards. There will come a day where cash will be a cashless
What the
society.
fuck is your question? What are you trying to say?
Yeah.
Sorry, so we're coming to a cashless
If
society.
it's about screenshots, I'm not going to answer
Are
it.
NFTs are NFTs just a sort of way that drug dealers can deal drugs in
Is
a
it money
cashless
laundering?
society? Is that a money laundering option?
Yeah, straight up. What do you think like chains are? Like in America, what do you think like in the ghetto they wear chains?
Yeah, but I get that. But in the ghetto, you sell the chains for cash. The chain has value, I guess, in gold and silver. But in terms of like, if we're in a cashless society,
Yeah, so
you could
where
then
do you
use an
store-
NFT.
Yeah, but where do you store your NFT?
You'd store it online, wouldn't you? On
in a decentralized wallet that's not like signed up. Like
Yeah,
it's
but
not like
you
you
can-
fill in your name. Like, hi, my name's Dylan, and this is my wallet.
Yeah, I get that. But like, couldn't you not like as a I don't know
So
why.
no,
I'm thinking
that's what
as
he's
a-
saying. He's saying yes, they can.
They
Because
could.
Yeah.
They could.
no
Yeah,
name
yeah.
to it.
There's
100%.
there's no name. You could do a blue screen with a dot, and I think it's art. But I've got 100 kilos of cocaine I want to sell, and I transfer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like you could do it through NFTs, couldn't you?
Is ASIO listening or what?
Nah, fuck.
Right, like,
I'm not saying.
I'm not giving you any advice on how to move coke. All right.
Or could it just
I just
on
thought it was
that-
an interesting point to
or
bring up.
Could it be
like,
the same thing with like crypto? Like, cool, I've got X amount of drugs, whatever it is. And it's
we're not
like,
drug dealers.
I'm just gonna, or like you're gonna give me like 1 Bitcoin, whatever it is, in exchange for this amount of drugs or whatever it may be, silver, gold.
You can send money to whoever the fuck you want.
So yes,
You can
not
move
guys,
money
dangerous?
you
to
guys,
whoever you want. You can fucking. I want to transfer money in Commonwealth Bank. Every time I go there, I have like a disagreement with the manager because she wants me to sign fucking 4 pieces of documents, speak to 3 managers, and it takes me fucking 45 minutes to transfer over 100 grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I want to transfer 100 grand right now in crypto, I'll do it in 15 seconds.
Yeah. Easy as that. It's fucked. That's crazy.
I don't need to get any approvals. I put in the wallet, I put in the key, bang.
Is there
the
no
code.
risk though?
That's it.
Is there no risk? Like, what if I don't know?
If you send it to the wrong wallet, yeah.
Yeah, but
Have
what if
fun.
like what if in
Let it
terms
bolt.
of like like
No,
could
just
the,
on that,
could
bro,
the blockchain crash at all? Or could it could
You gotta
someone
understand, we're gonna have like a whole podcast on blockchain.
I
and how
know,
that
bro.
works,
I don't know
so-
how it works, but like I'm thinking of it all as like, you know, digital whatever.
Things go wrong. Yeah, 100% things go wrong. People get hacked.
Yeah, exactly.
For instance,
Hacking
or
and
like
stuff.
people send things to the wrong address. Like if you want a good laugh, go to like really, really expensive projects that are like a couple mil to buy into and go through their recent activity.
Yeah.
And you'll see like people that have accidentally fucked up how many zeros are in certain things.
Fuck.
So like instead of selling for like 1.2 million, they sell it for like $1,000.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, and like
once it's
someone
done,
did it and
once
messaged, he
Oh
messaged
my
him. He's like,
God.
"Hey, bro, do you reckon you could transfer the rest?"
you can transfer me 1.19 million.
Yeah,
Thanks, cuz.
Yeah, and like it happens all the time. Like if you go
Fuck.
through like a project that launches, you just be like, "Oh, like that person will be burning so hard."
And are there any protocols in place to prevent shit like that, or is it just if you fuck up, you fuck up?
You fuck up. You
It's your
fuck
loss,
up.
bro.
your loss.
Yeah.
$1.1 million. Fuck.
My
that.
question simply, I'm not sure, just a little bit off topic. Not still on topic about NFTs, but like as Michael was saying, let's just say I created my own whatever and I put it up to sell it. Does it have to have a project behind it, or can it just be the art / the code? Does that make sense?
That would be sold on Sentimental Analysis.
Okay.
So like if I looked at it,
Oh, that looks cool. I like that.
yeah, and then it'd be like, okay, what am I willing to pay for it?
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
And then it'd be
And
like
why?
someone else. Yeah, correct. Like,
So it
for
doesn't
instance-
have to have anything behind it. That was my question. Like, it doesn't have to have a project or a utility behind it. It can literally just be the form of
Yeah,
art.
it can be
Okay.
art.
Okay, cool.
But then there has to be demand behind that. Like
Yeah,
there
of
has
course,
to be a
of
community that wants it.
Yeah.
Because
If you do a whole bunch of like, look, some people take the piss and like, you know, like the Reddit army will jump behind like some guy from the Philippines who's taking like 1,000 selfies.
Yeah, what if...
Do you know? But like, you're gonna get people that do dumb shit like that all the time.
Yeah.
Because I saw on your story, I don't fuck. Is her name? Is it Daniela or Danielle?
Danielle's art.
Danielle.
Yeah,
but
she's a machine,
Her
man.
art, she's a weapon. Her
Yeah.
art alone, bro. I don't give a fuck what it's connected to. Just to like, you know, it's
But
art.
see, like that's like demand. That's sentimental
that's what I
analysis,
mean, yeah.
and the fundamental analysis on that is herself.
Herself,
Should be
yeah, correct.
herself.
Herself.
She's
and
got her
what
own
she's done,
brand.
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
So
that's
correct me
what
if
you're
I'm
looking at.
wrong. If I say if I'm an influencer or at some level like that, and I create my own NFTs, is that essentially you creating your own like sentimental value to whatever you produce
you have a
on
big
that world?
following?
Because you have a big
People
following?
overthink it. All right, you're a personal trainer, yeah.
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 To train with you, you create an NFT, and you only will train people that hold that NFT.
Fuck.
But they still have to pay on top of it. But that's their slot.
Yeah.
That's them
Fuck.
saying that, hey, I'm booked in with you for this year. I'm
Fuck.
not going anywhere.
Yep.
And if someone else wants to get in, you got to buy it off him.
Okay.
Go and see him.
Oi.
And then you get
Like,
a royalty off
yeah,
that.
because when it gets traded, you get a royalty associated because it's your business. Yeah, but like people overthink it. There's so many ways that this can be integrated,
Used.
and that's just me coming off something off the top of my head. Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's heaps of ways. Like if I was you, I'd be taking payment in crypto. Like I know like PTs that are starting to do that. Like the way that we conduct business is shifting, but sometimes like. People, especially in business, man, they think they have to come up with something innovative. They think they have this revolutionary new idea that's going to change and impact 1 million people's lives, and this is how I'm going to be
all
fucking
money.
rich. Sometimes it's as simple as like, how can I do what I'm doing better? Or what's someone's fucking problem?
Solve it.
Literally, I have like one of my customers, I was like, he come in, I'm like, just out of curiosity, I'm like, what's your problems? And he's like, mate, I'm glad you asked. He's like, if I could get party mixed lollies at a good price, I would move containers. I was like, what price do you need?
Fuck.
And he's like, yeah, this price. I was like, fantastic. I'm like, hello, China. I'm like, I need party mixed lollies. I need a 40-foot container.
I don't care what's in it.
I'm like, send me samples now.
Yeah, fuck. It's as easy as that. And like, fuck,
Supply
another
demand.
thing.
You don't ask, you don't get. Just fix people's problems, man. You want to be a successful business or anything?
Fix people's issues.
Ask them what the problems are.
Another thing was the fucking low supply of fucking rapid tests, and you were on that immediately, weren't you?
Yeah,
now
but
we just
I'm
quickly-
still recovering from that one. That one hurt.
That was
Like,
fucked, yeah?
that has been so hard to deal with because like it's been busy, man.
It's like that-
so busy.
It's like that quote, because the ones...
Find the gap in the market, supply it, fill it.
No, there was an instance like when, in the gold rush, right? Sell the shovels. Don't waste your time like digging for the gold. Is that,
Yeah.
yeah? So
Yeah.
you're making money off everyone going nuts for the gold.
It's a problem.
Yeah,
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
Yeah, like for us, man, like that's when you saw like I was starting at like 6 a.m. and finishing.
Yeah,
at 3
that was
a.m.
fucked,
And we're
man.
only
I saw
just
that.
like we're just getting on top of it. Like, yeah, that's been a fucking nightmare. So like, yeah,
But it has to be done.
but like if you want big reward,
Yeah, of course. You got to put in
big problems,
big
big
work.
stress.
Yeah.
And if you can't deal with that, you're not cut out for business.
It's
Yeah.
like that Kobe thing. It's like job and done. Job and done.
Literally, man.
Fuck. Is there anything you want to touch on before we
No,
wrap
that
up?
was fuck. I got so much out of it. I just
So
learned
did
so
I.
much.
I mean, we could sit here for
actually,
hours
one
and
thing,
talk, but
again,
Offline, we'll take like the Coke business. Yeah.
if you had to
let
sort
us
of,
stop recording. We'll get back to that.
if you again back to the whole sort of, if someone that's coming new into the space, they don't know anything, let's say a teenager or whatever, they want to get into it. Is there a few tips or like not tips, like people in particular, like for example, like your account or particular people they should like follow or particular YouTube channels that are good information if they want to sort of start researching?
Do you know what I always say? People are like so focused on money, on trying to make money, on trying to learn. Learn to manage fucking finances first.
Mm-hmm.
Go and read like the 4 laws of financial prosperity. Understand how to manage finances, because if you do make the right investment, you're not going to have the financial IQ to manage that, and you will lose it.
It's
and
like people
that
who win
will
the lottery.
destroy you so much more than spending the time to actually educate yourself on how to properly manage finances properly, and then start looking at diversifying through investments.
So the first thing is being sure in yourself that you could use the money that you get or lose through that
Educate
process.
yourself on how to manage finances.
Yeah.
Like learn how to budget.
Are you a fan of Robert Kiyosaki?
Yeah, massive fan. Like Rich Dad Poor Dad. Go and read that. Like go and understand
Yeah,
entrepreneurship.
I've read all of them.
Yeah.
All of them. They're fucking fantastic.
The 4 laws of financial prosperity is another good one.
Yeah, I'll get on that.
The fundamentals of money management is important before investing. If you want to go and invest, then type in Google NFTs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gary Vee talks about it all the time. Go on Google,
100%,
type in NFTs,
literally.
you'll find. You sit there and go through. Like the thing about it is, like, I can sit here. I could give everyone A to Z on how to be successful and how to make money in this space. And one person out of fucking 1,500 people probably listening would even start to get 30% down the road.
Yep. So Dylan's take-home point was go on Google, read books on how to finance money,
Understand how to use money and then follow him on Instagram and then absorb his content.
The most important thing about that is people get a lot of money, or they start making a good income, and they're like, I want to make money, I want to invest.
Yep.
And they put all into there.
Yep.
And they don't understand how to set themselves up. That's why you see people that go on this cycle of
up and down.
Because as a business owner, I could tell you straight up, like, you can't just chuck all your money in one thing. You need diversity, but you also need to understand like legal structuring and shit too. You can't just go, all right, sole trader, boom, I'm a multi-million-dollar company. You get fucked in the
sole trader,
ass.
like proper tax agent would slap you in the first place.
Oh yeah, for sure. A proper tax, yeah, for sure. Like and we're having this conversation before. Like the business world is layered. Like there's so many things that you need to consider when you're getting into it. Anyway, we'll wrap it up there because we could talk for hours.
Yeah.
Dylan, thank you so much for coming on and providing so much.
That was so
value.
informative. Like I learned heaps. I'm sure everyone else that was listening learned heaps. Again, if you're not already following Dylan, please do absorb his content. Thank you for listening. That was episode 10 wrapped up, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, Dylan.
Cheers, legends.
Bye.